Here is Danny, and today I got some super quick tips to improve your gameplay in Apex Legends. Outside of course of the obvious stuff, like that you run faster if you holster your gun, and that there is no fall damage in the game, and that if you slide down you go faster. But there's also some things that seem less obvious at first. Cold Gear has special abilities like a self-revive for the knockdown shield, faster ultimate recharges for your helmet, the backpack will give you faster use of health equipment, and if you do a finishing move while wearing the golden armor you will regain full health. So if you got a golden knockdown shield, make sure that your teammates distract the enemy team and off for you to get up. There is also golden items like a golden sight that will highlight the enemy players in red, even through smoke. And the muzzle attachment will remove muzzle flash, making it harder for you to be spotted. The supply ship will eventually land and can still have loot on it. Don't forget to check it out when it's near you. You can set your default hero by using the middle mouse in the legend menu. Or when you are on console, the I and triangle should do the trick. You can use caustic gas canisters to block a door. Very useful to give you some time to heal up or to block enemies who are chasing you. You can have a total of 6 in place. However, if you try to place a 7th one, the first one will despawn. You can disable his traps by shooting the bottom of them. Also, if you get hit by its gas, you will be highlighted on the enemy screen. You can break down doors by kicking it twice or throwing a grenade. Don't forget to scream FBI open up when doing so. If you got a lifeline in your team, give it all your ultimate accelerators, so she can call in a lot of supply drops. Don't forget they aren't passive and you have to use them. Longer range scopes have a rangefinder, which is useful for leading your targets. They also increase the tracking range of Bloodhound's markers, very useful. You can easily see when looting if any of your weapons supports the item the dead guy has. It makes it easier to manage your inventory and not to grab too much useless stuff. If an attachment is on the ground, you can easily see which gun it can go on. Another great thing, which I seriously love, is that everything will auto-equip to your weapon. Not much of a tip, but more of a praise. While on the topic of Apex their amazing UI design, if someone pings something on the ground like a weapon, you can call dibs on it and the marker will not disappear from the game UI until you pick it up, making it a lot easier to find it. Also keep in mind, always ping where the enemies are, even if you are on voice comms. It's a lot easier to just mark their spot than saying, oh, they're on 330 or something. Some of the best weapons in the game are the Peacekeeper shotgun, especially if you got the attachments for it, and a longbow for more ranged combat. If you like automatic weapons, the LMGs can be a good choice due to its high magazine size, especially compared to the small SMGs and assault rifles. It also deals some nice damage. The Pathfinder can find the next circle location by hacking into the beacons that can be found on roofs. Very useful to plan your next move. Always know where the good loot is. I have a map on screen right now. Study it, learn it, know it out of your head. Purple locations are of course the best. But always be aware, the enemy might know the same info as well. Which might be a good thing actually, since you can practice getting into fights and learn how to shoot. If you wanna glide down from a dropship, try to aim up and down in a waving manner. Aiming down to gain more speed and up to go further, while still having some of the speed boost. Everything in this game is about momentum. It doesn't matter if you are on the ground or in the sky. If you die on a dropship, try to jump down, since your banner will continue flying in the sky due to a bug, which will hopefully be fixed in the near future. However, if you fall to your death due to being out of bounds, like at a relay drop into the water, your respawn beacon will teleport back to the normal play area for your teammates to help you out. You can wall jump. While it is not covered in the tutorial, You can climb on most items and ledges in the game by pushing forward and pressing the jump key. Talking about the training, be sure to try the recoil patterns of every gun and learn how to counter the recoil. Just like in Counter-Strike, it is all predictable and learnable. Bullets can penetrate enemies, so totally line up your shots and get those sick triple kills. Also be sure to watch out for care packages from the sky. And don't forget to check the minimap. If it has a blue circle, it is a public care package given to every player by the game. But if there is no circle on the minimap, it is coded in by a lifeline, so you can always be sure where the enemy is. You can have a total of 200 health points, 100 HP from your normal player, and 25 points for every piece of armor you get. 50 for level 1, 75 for blue, and 103 health points for purple and gold items. They do not decrease the damage that is dealt. However, the helmets in game do decrease the damage done to players. Level 1 decreases it by 30%, blue by 40%, and purple and gold 50%. And unlike normal armor, helmets will never break and have never to be restored. You can also see what kind of armor the enemy has by shooting him, easily calculating how much health the player might have left. You can also walk and slide down while using items. Walking is maybe slow, but healing up while sliding is still quick. Use it to your advantage, especially if you have to quickly get out. Every legend has the same run speed, doesn't matter if you're Gibraltar or Pathfinder. If you don't want to spend Apex coins on new legends, you can buy them at level 23 and 34, with the red currency called legend tokens. So it is a little bit of farming. Also, when you reach max level, you can't get any loot boxes anymore from leveling up. Same for the legend tokens. You can see in game which items your squad mates got. Just open the inventory menu and look on the left side. When a teammate died, don't loot their stuff and leave them without a weapon. You don't want to have them running around naked, unless you're into the kind of stuff. But then again, I'm sure there is some Rule 34 stuff on Apex already. If your shields are down, you can quickly gain armor again by picking up a new chest piece instead of healing up your old one. Very useful in a fight. And still, a white armor with 2 bars is still better than a purple armor with 1 bar. You can block doors by lying in front of it when you're down. Be aware they can still kick in the door. If you are on PC, you can easily skip the respawn logo when booting up the game by going into your installation folder, then media, and then rename the respawn point big file. You can peek over a wall by hanging onto it, if you don't hold the W key or press forward with a controller. Very useful to see what is in front of you without exposing your body. And as last, you can fire while on a zipline. However, there is a pretty big inaccuracy penalty while doing so. But that is all I got for now. Hope you have learned something and that you get more wins in Apex Legends. Subscribe for more. This was Danny and I see you on the battlefield.